By the first grade, roughly 5% of children in the U.S. have noticeable speech disorders that may impact social interaction and academic performance. That's according to the American Speech Language Hearing Association, or ASHA. Sonia Pruitt-Lord, a certified pathologist and associate professor at SDSU's School of Speech, Language, and Hearing Sciences, joins us with more on early detection of communication disorders. Sonia, welcome.
Thank you.
What falls under the diagnosis of communication disorder?
So communication disorder we define as an impairment in either speech, language, or hearing. So that's where people have difficulty with sounds that they're using, or combining words, the grammar of language, or in their ability to hear.
When and how are these disorders usually diagnosed?
Unfortunately, most of the time we're not hitting some of these diagnoses until school age, and that's sort of why this campaign from the American Speech, Language, and Hearing Association has come out. But there are signs that kids give us early on that would make it easier for us to diagnose those if we were aware of children having difficulties.
Okay, now I know the ASHA poll that we were talking about found a large number of parents actually lacked awareness of these signs in young children, these communication disorders, and they have launched this new campaign called the Identify the Signs campaign. Let's take a look at one of their spots.
Mama. Mama. Say mama. Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm almost 2 now and still not responding. That's one sign of a communication disorder, and delaying treatment can affect my development.
So it's talking about delaying treatment. Let's talk about that first before we get to the signs. Why is detection and early detection so important?
Early detection is paramount in us being able to help children earlier, so we can limit some of the consequences. And another thing is in terms of dollars. For every dollar that we spend early on, we're going to save $7 in treatment later on.
So it's going to cost a lot more if you wait and try to fix it. How come?
One of the reasons is because then the treatments need to be more severe. You're going to spend a longer time in therapy, and the amount of effort in terms of the treatment is greater.
More intensive, I see. Well, the Identify the Signs website, and it's where we just saw that little bit of their PSA, list early hearing loss warning signs in kids, and they include lack of attention to sounds. The child does not respond when their name is called, delays in speech and development and language, or the child pulls or scratches at their ears. And age-specific signs for speech and language they listed include limited or no social interaction, and that's in infancy and belong. The child does not follow simple instructions following about age 1. Words are not easily understood, and that starts at about 18 months, and struggles to say sounds or words by the age of 3 and age 4. What should parents do if they see any of these signs or all of these signs in their children?
You want to talk to your pediatrician is one of the steps, but you could also reach out to an audiologist if you're concerned about hearing, or a speech-language pathologist as well. You can find that information on the ASHA website, and you can find a speech pathologist or audiologist in your area.
So let's say you go to the speech pathologist or the audiologist. What kind of treatments would be available for either the speech or the hearing disorders?
In the early stages, the speech and language interventions are fun, so they're going to look a lot like play, and we work with the caregivers so that everybody can be providing the best support to the children.
So is it teaching them a new way to communicate, reading lips or signs, or what?
Depending on the severity. So these speech language interventions vary depending on how severe the communication impairment is. For that cute little kid that we were just looking at, it would be very different than for a child who would be deaf, or a child that needed an assistive communication device.
And there's other things too, as far as deaf. There's the cochlear implants, and there's really some modern techniques to help.
Correct.
I see. Are teachers involved in helping get kids to the right place as far as getting these early interventions?
Teachers are our best advocates at those early in kindergarten and first grade, and usually are the people who refer the children who need to go on and get further diagnosis. But that's why this campaign is here, so that we can reach them before they're reaching those school years.
Okay, for more on signs of communication disorders in kids and adults, go to kpbs.org, because I want to let folks know that at home. And Sonia Pruitt-Lord, thank you so much for the update.
Thank you.